Jah, what's up, beloved? Yeah, I gotta I'm just heading out. I meant to actually do this in the Krizot, right? But I gotta pick up a couple of avocados. I'm changing my diet a little bit. I really don't like saying the word diet, but you get where I'm coming from. But so I'm gonna eat around 10. Instead of waiting to 2, I'm gonna eat around 10 o'clock. And then my last meal is gonna be around, I forgot the when, even though I'm traveling slow. I'm not putting the seatbelt on, so anyway, my first meal I'm going to eat around about 10:30, 11ish. And my last meal, which is my last, because I've been eating once a day, and I've been eating popcorn though, like skinny pop. My last meal is going to be around 6 or 7. I was actually going to make some flax, poppy seed, blueberry pancakes. Yes, with poppy seeds. And I says, you know what? I don't really want the carb at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have me an 8-ounce sirloin with about 6 asparagus spears, and about 4 or 5 Brussels sprouts, just regular way they taste because they're bitter, and 1 avocado. And that's going to be my 10, 11 o'clock. So I said, let me come out and pick it up. But I wanted to go early. I wanted to explain something. So I'm going to stop at the park right quick. I'm not going to pull in the Safeway. I'm going to stop at the park and I'm going to explain something. Because I had a couple people ask me. And actually some people who I grew up with who actually been watching my live, surprisingly. I heard from my aunt this morning. She asked me if I've been hacked. A lot of people have. I says, well, who do you think it is? Without getting into the bylines. But yeah, you know, and it's you know, some people would think the way I talk that I have disdain for my family. No, I have the innermost existential and eternal bonding that no one can ever take. But I just don't tolerate foolishness, or for lack of a better term, stupidity, from anyone. I'm not calling and saying any particular individual is stupid or whatever. What I'm alluding to is the fact that I don't tolerate it. I never really have. I put up with it, but now I don't tolerate it. I you know, and I don't have to curse nobody out or this that, but I can point things out that how things have played a role, if you get what I'm saying. And so I want to clarify something. I as y'all know, in the community, I created a text, and this is actually and my mouth is, I'm not chewing, y'all. You can pick up organic mint leaves, and I put that in there for healing purposes. So, and I'm gonna show you because it's not a pouch in there; it's just mint, and you chew it to get the mint, and it burns your mouth, but you put it in your gums. And if you want, you can put a little turmeric and just rub it on your gums with coconut oil or the fat. So that's just to let you know. And I'm not going to sit here and showing you guys the peppermint leaf. It's just nasty looking. I'd rather show you the tobacco pouches that I was taking. And it's strong. It's real. I can't swallow it all. It's too minty. But anywho, right? Some people ask me, what do you mean by the staff of YouTube is racist in a biased way? Well, I've reached out to certain individuals. Some of y'all know that I had mad respect for Zoe Chopper and, you know, guys out of Chicago in the gun community, and some other people, I'm going to mention their names. So I reached out to certain individuals in that diaspora. And then I reached out to some brothers who are historians. I just befriended one who I shared his paperwork, his video yesterday, who I really like what he did. Does it mean that we have to see eye to eye? Y'all see, this is what people don't get. I follow a lot of people and I respect their potential. Some would say their game. No, I respect all whites lives, even those African Americans. You'd be surprised. I just don't like the individuals who have a hard time reconsidering and reconnecting to a truth that may have fleed them based on the ignorance of certain people around them, or somewhere down the line that have consummated this false relationship they have with their identities. And I can say that with authority. This government is not my authority. No fictional entity, regardless of the actors, on my authority. Trust me on that one. So people have said, you know, Red, I get where you're coming from. You are probably Indian and German and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen to me, bro. I say it because I've reached out to a whole lot of light-skinned brothers and sisters who I adore. And they're mad, they're MAGA Republicans too. I'm talking about everything, love Trump, save America, the world. I'm talking about, you know, I'm not there. But these are really, really people, these are people who I embrace. Okay? I told you I'm original redneck. You can believe what you want. I don't care. I'm not asking you to accept anything. It's just the reality, whether you want to buy into it or not. But anywho, I said it because I talk to them, and whenever they put their lives up, and things are questionable, and they have sponsors that sell a lot of stuff, to which I'm thinking about doing. I told you I'm an artist. I wanted Westside to do it, but I'm going to make up a whole bunch of T-shirts, and I'm gonna run with like a 10 or 15 print, whether I'm doing it down at Ganja's place or here, because a lot of people say, well, how are you going to bathe? I'm going to do gravity baths. All right, just to let you know, I'm just going to set up a big old thing. I'm going to build it up, catch some rainwater whenever it do rain, but I'm going to find rainwater, and I'm going to get put it in the back of the truck and put it there. And I'm a person that bathes once, twice a week. Now, we're going to be working a little hard. You use astringents, you use limes, lemons. I want to grow some lime and lemon trees. Those cleanse. Y'all have gotten so used to this bathing with this shower system, not realizing now people used to go out and they were not a nasty people because they didn't eat nasty, and a whole lot of chemicals is what keep your glands messed up. So sharing that kind of information, it can bother the fake ones. And you know, when I say fake ones, it is what it is. And they work behind this platform, and they're the ones that put the little gold dollar sign and when it should be a green. It doesn't matter what I say. We're dealing with adults because it asks you adults only or 18 and under. Like if I'm dealing with adults, I'm gonna talk how I want to. This is the control narrative, to which 15-minute city, they're still stuck on that, whether you like it or not. Okay? And they want to silence people, to which I was going to actually put a video showing where YouTube is not even participate in the narrative, to which they said it is illegal and not allowed. But see, they have their fake attorneys who will push forward because of the agenda. They're not even attorneys. It's their way of the highway. It's BlackRock and all these other individuals, regardless of the actors. Racist because they have a hard time dealing with somebody who actually knows who they are. That you have, first of all, you can Google, Wikipedia, you can go on Brave and Fox, whatever, you can go on whatever and see that 87 to 88, even up to as much as 90 are converts to Judaism. They're not the real ones, but the rabbis, the liars, we read about them already. The ones who are behind this, just like the one you saw talking to Netanyahu. I'm gonna upload the video today, another one, just in case you missed it and don't know how to go back and search through my Rolodex of information, where they're talking about we need the Messiah in here now. And he says, well, don't worry, we'll have America in the pocket. But that's what they've been saying ever since all the wars, and they have a bunch of pale skins who have no clue about what Jesus really means. That is the ship that brought them over here, whether from Africa or wherever. And Slovenia, that's what everybody leans on. Slav is a term that created the term slave because the first people brought here, and their children, whether subjugated or not, giving, how did she say it? They were given an ultimatum they couldn't, they couldn't refuse. Or they were subjugated, and in visual, they were shown people who were innocent put to death in the most heinous ways. And so they joined the Illuminati, the Masonic, this, that, and the other, and their children, and their cousins, nephews, and nieces, they told their families, and they put them up as orphans for adoption in the UK after all the wars of conquering the original people there, betraying their brothers, their melanated brothers, and rewriting history to create this fictional white narrative to which don't even exist in the Zionists, or the rabbis, or the Talmudic Jews. Now, there are those who I do call Jews, who look Arab or have a crooked nose or are Hasidic. And they actually, you'd be surprised to find out they have our bloodline. And I've convened with a few in Brooklyn, New York. And they showed me pictures, and they were always looking around because of who I am. And it felt like a form of relief when they convened with me. So in lieu of that, conversing with these individuals, and some who know these stories, they said, yeah, this is some biased racist thing. But they want you to believe in George Soros. If you look at all the things he's funding, you will see a bigger problem in the game. And not to beat on him, I don't care about what he does. I was looking at the brothers and the people and what they were saying they were dealing with. And I was talking to them, a lighter brothers and sisters. And I know some of you are arguing, they're not our family. They come from da. Shut up. I'm tired of you people. You people, that's why you don't say nothing. We don't talk and all that because you're too stupid to know better. I'm talking about some melanated people who are just dumb, ragged. Who I've convened with, hell, somebody even wanted to have a baby, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the reality is that it is the people behind it who hide behind a mask. Even when y'all call in a complaint, you'd be surprised at how well not spoken these individuals are, that they have a diatribe they're used to doing. If you ever did phone customer service or whatever, or worked at home and, you know what I'm talking about. You get into a rhythm. So it becomes natural. It's not, they'll say all the niceties. Hi, good morning. No. I'm not, and I'm not here to be your friend, your associate, your bed partner, and nothing. I'm here on business. I don't need no fake greeting. And some people say, what's wrong with saying hi? Those are people who have an ego they need to be stroked because they don't know who they are, or they don't have the whereabouts of what's with them. So I took a whole lot of I gotta get rid of them because they take up space. Took a whole lot of screenshots, so I'm gonna share them to my device. I haven't done it yet. And I talked to these people a whole lot, not just a handful. And there is a whole lot of racism behind this platform. Now, it isn't a racism, it's a control narrative. It isn't a racism like you think. Now, there are individuals who don't know who you are. They've been given parcels of your history and everything else, and they live in the most meagerest of lies you can imagine. All the most perversions. Remember I shared about the OnlyFans model, the porn, whatever. I don't know. She likes to walk around with the Astro boots on, kicking guys in and spitting on people and all that nasty stuff. Surprisingly, I saw Black Rambo take a picture with her, and I'm like, dude, I'm breathing well from this mint, but God, dog is strong. Anyway, it's starting to burn a little bit. Anyway, I would go further into it. I'm not going to create a post on it. I'm not here to antagonize or attack them. I'm pointing out a fact that shows how frugal they are. I see doctors in the UK, this, that, and other, talking about COVID, talking about individuals who are professionals in our community. Japan, I've got friends in Japan who always let me know things. They just did a force update that I didn't want. That has nothing to do with the better service of this operation of this phone, but either to amplify the signal strength to create more cancer, or as a weapon, or to be further nosy and be able to let the foreigners be able to get more into the system and do things which they didn't have to do that. They can already do that. I just advise people to be wise, because for those who don't know that a curse is real, we're going to use it in that narrative. And I could touch a whole lot of folk, and I just choose not to. Because I'm not here to make a believer on one side or another. All right? Regardless of what you think. I had somebody hit me up talking about, did you slip up yesterday about I says, it's none of your business. You need to walk in and learn about yourself. And most people get caught up, and that's why Hollywood did its job. Everybody will pay attention more outside of yourself than inside yourself. So me looking at the fact that there's racism behind this platform, as there are many, whether it be government or not, it's not as much racism, but keeping you silent or unheard because you can sway and make change. That's why I say it's more important for us to get away from all this, to come together. And the only idiots who believe in a black messiah are white folk who are ignorant, who don't know their truth, who believe they're white and that melanated, dark melanated people are black. Those are the idiots they've utilized for a long time. Those are their puppets, their slaves, their obedient ones. When I expressed, somebody asked a question about that, did I really see a movie? I was like 19. First time I went to France. We went to Cannes, and it was right after one of their big, they had this there was still some there. We got to actually party with some of the movie entertainers. And that was the first time I realized that I couldn't drink and go hunting women. I got drunk, and just like in Jersey, they called me Fallout because I got so drunk. I, standing straight up, landed sideways with my head on a Volkswagen. It was my lieutenant and some other chief and a couple of the first class. I partied with the older heads who let me lay in the water in front of the Volkswagen while they were surrounding the Volkswagen. Just let them lay there and let them sleep it off for a minute. I got so drunk, and there was women hitting on me left and right. When I woke up, I was half soaked from the water, and I says, you know what? I can't drink with you guys because I don't know how to stop. And I'll drink all of them put together. But as far as, and so my thing was to meet people. Lieutenant Smitty, the 1982 Olympic hopeful pole vaulter, he was like, you read a lot. Why don't you go and look in some of these mom and pop stores, have you a glass of wine? And everybody knows I like wine. I was like, you know what? And I was eating scones, eating some of the treats, and met some magnificently old family stores. I guarantee they're not there now. These people were like 70s, 80s, and 90s who still worked and made tea and talked about Earl Grey tea. Oh, man, magnificent. I met some of the most magnificent, wonderful, beautiful people in France and Spain and Palma, Mallorca, Cannes, Toulon, Paris, Chile. I met some of the most magnificent people. Even met a couple of politicians. Usually surprised as far as what the media and certain people put in position. And in doing so, my direction was refocused by the people around me. And someone say, well, you lieutenant, that's fraternization. He's a dude, man. I was powerlifting, martial arts extraordinaire, and boxer. And how is that so? It seems like we always gravitated. It doesn't matter. And I was the E3 at that time. Well, I'm about to make E4. And so I've come to meet a lot of Jews or people who say, ask me, do you know who you are? And I would say to them in explicitly, yes. I says, you're the Judean people. You're the true Israel. And it was always a people, not a place. And these were older people. I'm not talking about the religious consort that most people, little ghetto knucklehead Negroes who are our age are still conflicted with. Understandably, excuse me. But interchangeably, it could change. What has been done with who we are and what we've accomplished, and for those who have been paying attention, has been so diversely perverted, and people are starting to see it. Doesn't mean them all. You're still going to be around those people who are in those tight-knit communities where they can accept the change. It would be damaging to them. They believe without knowing. Are you aware there are more pale-skinned women who loathe and love melanated men than you can even imagine? Many women out there love you. And many sisters too. And it's conflicting because this perversion, this lie, this thing we're steeped in was created by the very individuals who want to unleash nuclear hell, who have put themselves in every position in every country. I mean, look at the president in Mexico and the emperor, and look at the one who's about to become president. He's a Jew. It doesn't matter crypto Sephardic or whatever, Converse or whatever. They are Gujar. The very one who can't understand the people under them or the people around them. They belong to something else. Now, if you want to say Illuminati, Masonic, blah, 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 whatever. There are many of our people, and of all nationalities and colors or races, whatever you want to call it, I get tired of that, who are not going to learn for better, sadly. Disturbingly so. But it doesn't mean that it can't change. And it doesn't mean that you put on a cape and a mask and run out there and start running around like a fanatic to bring everybody in. It's not how it works. I have brothers who are on the police force who are retired, and they're still adamant and want to have an argumentative discussion with me about, but these things are honest. You had no jurisdiction. You don't even know the law. You don't know the Constitution. You didn't stand by it. That was not your oath, and you know this. And then they would get silent. I says, you've gotten a system that is controlled by the very individuals I talk about. How do you think you didn't end up in Germany training to be a better police, or Russia? But you would go to Palestine and go and inflict pain and harm and come back and do the very same thing on the autochthonous, the original people of this land, in ignorance. Some of them have a hard time because a couple of them are Navajo, but they know we're the original people. Their family, they don't even live with them because their families wants to argue, and they're like, they know, they've been over, they've read the book, they've seen it, and they accept that they've been lied to. And so they're doing their best to reconnect the truth of their roots and get back to a harmonic balance of life to which we all had. We all knew each other. Every one of us. Some races are new. Just trust me on this. I know it sucks to high heaven, but there are new so-called, and these are the races you can acquit. They are new, but it doesn't dismiss them from being your brothers and sisters. Remember I talked about the plain earth? I wouldn't care if they had one eye, 4 horns growing out their butt. And you were relatives. One way, shape, form, or another. That's just to stir the pot. You ever seen vegetable soup with other vegetables and the ingredients in the soup not all marinated and mixing together? Well, that's what we have right now. They're not mixing together. It's not a good soup because of ignorance, intolerance, and a lot of synthetic. And some, I know I've seen it, when some of those people are synthetic, oh, whatever, man. I'm so done with that. Racism exists, and it can only exist in the ignorance. And yes, melanated people, not sorry, but not sorry to say, because I'm not a sorry mofo. A lot of you are racist too, a product of the father you accepted in ignorance. Okay? And that's not to make the light skins feel good. It's just the facts. It has nothing to do with order. And a lot of you have a hard time. Some of you want to preach and talk order, and yet you don't move in it at all. I can see it. Oh, I see it. Just because you don't. And I'm only doing this because I'm in the knowledge of knowing that any and everyone can change. But now you have all these individuals put in positions, mitigated and moved. Why do you think the CIA operates the way it does? And all the other groups and organizations, even out of France, to establish commonality and rule through all the lands in this place of fiction where everybody's subjugated to because of people in costume and their ignorance. Okay? So it is behind this platform, and it moves wholesomely, not for you or I. I mean, look at Westside Kool-Aid. He says he can't get monetized. But then he showed me, and I'm like, well, when you say Nazi Zionist, which it is, one and the same, because Germany, you got to remember, didn't go to fight Russia because it wanted to. How many of y'all know the story why Germany was fighting Russia and beat back UK and then and Espanola? Do you all know the story, the true story? Why don't y'all research it, and why don't y'all take that and use it as material witness? I'm not going to do it. I've spoken enough on that. All right. German people, regardless of what happened, how they were subjugated by these individuals, and murdering off and pushing away the first segregation happened in Europe. That's why I say most of those people in so-called Africa were helped by the Hindus and the Ethiopians, and pushed, a lot of them, all the original people of Italy, France, Spain, Germany. And they had to have a religious consort to create this vernacular after murdering millions, just like of our people here, and lying over and over, and then subjugating the people to educate them in the lie. The sad part is they've created more division and hatred, so that way they can spark civil war and unrest and civil war, as you see them doing right now. And most of you have bought into it. You're not prepped, you're not prepared, you are not what your ancestors were. It's in you. But a lot of you are very, very weak. And this is what they went to accomplish. Again, do I have to read Silent Weapons for Silent Wars? It's just a percentage of what's been done. I'm not here to stop anything. I want to reiterate that. Yet, balance is all I seek. And really, there's no balance. And though it's coming, they are watching and paying attention to know how to move. It's not like they didn't know. What has happened to the past worlds? If you stuck on that, and I'm not saying don't remember it, if you're stuck on that, you're not prepared or going to have to be prepared for what's coming. And the majority of you aren't. All they had to do was do what I asked. I could have been sitting high up on a mountain watching everything. But as I said, if they're that ignorant not to listen, then you shouldn't be that ignorant and listen. It's not a game. Hey, I'm surprised. Oh, y'all just popped up. Wow, we got internet around here or something? I ain't got no internet on. Ganja, Benji, Tariq. I am Baby Girl Slaughter. What's going on? Hey, y'all. What's going on, beloveds? It's good to see those people who are willing to speak. Anyway, let me go ahead and go get these avocados. Go back. I'm still tired. I think I got like 5 hours. I don't know. They watched me sleep. I woke up about 3 or 4 times. Or I wasn't asleep and I just moved around. I did get some rest, but I'm still tired. I'm not working out. Well, I don't know. I might try and do my, not 100-pound, but 50-pound squats, which is a lot of squats, y'all. I got to wrap my knees and my back brace, but I have to do it. I'm not doing no push-ups because, man, my chest is like, it's sore, like, I'm getting that little pocket again. Well, it's not like I didn't have it, but it's getting more pronounced. And so I don't know. If I was thinking about doing some workout videos, but anyway, let me go ahead and get these avocados, get back to the Krizot, and prep the stuff so that way by about 10:30, 11, I'll eat my first meal. I might share a picture of what it looks like, and get that reading one this morning, because this morning I can come right in and read when I get everything set up and I set and establish it, and share it with your friends and family. They don't have to believe in anything I say, but have them watch, have them subscribe. I'm gonna tone some things down, but I'm still gonna set some fires some days. I gotta draw people in. It seems like when I set fires, when y'all start donating for the books, and I'm sitting there going, I don't want to do it like that. Oh, and the other thing, I screenshot. I might put a post up. I had 120 views on a video 2 days ago, and when I went and loaded it and went into the studio and looked at it, it had 14 views and like 25 likes. And I was like, wow, guys, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I have many secrets to share. You don't have to like me. I don't care about who likes me or not. It could benefit me. I could remove the Cashapp. I could have somebody manage and work the account, because they're lying about my views. And when I talked about them hiding my subscribers, because I had people that says, anybody subscribe? This is on Instagram and TikTok. Let me know. And they would hit me a message that says, we subscribe to your channel. I took a screenshot before I put that out there, that video, a little like few second video I did on TikTok, the account they banned. They had every day I had 400 or 500 new subscribers. I was up in the thousands, like, whoa. That's not ego. I was like, because I was really getting ready to start really sharing some great information. Racism, because the same people run the platform. Again, like I said, I could put the screenshot showing this. Hit the like. They're hiding it. They're lying. And just on me speaking to them in the chat, all of a sudden I had 500 to 600 subscribers all of a sudden pop up out of nowhere overnight. That's pretty sad. That's kind of weak. That's kind of cowardice. It's really, really cowardice. I've had people, Ganja, a number of people say, man, you should be well over like 5,000, 10,000. Who's to say I'm not? These people. If you see it, the gay people that were all throughout the communities and the police force and FBI, they don't care about nothing. They feel like they've been programmed, conditioned to believe that everybody's attacking them. I was a guy that was protecting them for like 8 years in the Guardian Angels. My godfather was gay, Tyrone, Vietnam. Like, why would I want to harm a people because of their preference? I'm not a religious consort. I don't believe in it, nor do I walk in that. Yet I am not here to harm or hurt nobody. Yet these have been weaponized. Everybody killing now is a he, she, or whatever they want to be. The perversion's real. And they're the ones who really need to back off and have several seats and relax. Because I could have something waiting for them on the other side that they won't like. I don't care what they like to do. That's the only warning I'm going to give right there. So anyway, just like they have that, which is old, used, and new, they're not alone. All right? So anyway, let me go and get this, and I'll see y'all. All right? Dale na. Akichiwa.